I thought this morning I would do my 7 at 7 from outside. I have just been feeling in such a melancholy, I guess is the best way to describe it, mood. And yet, in the mix of everything that's going on, there are highlights and certain things that do make me thankful, that are reminding me that spring is coming or is here. And I need to somehow bring these two deep emotions together. I hope this morning I can share a few thoughts with you on just how maybe you're feeling it too, how there is just this mix of highs and lows, this feelings of sadness that sometimes just overwhelm me, and I'm not even sure how I feel about everything and the facts and the numbers and more bad news on the media and just sadness and tragedy all over the United States, and story after story of how desperate things are getting and how the numbers keep climbing and how the media just keeps reporting, and so they should. And yet it keeps weighing heavier and heavier on my spirit. And on a day like today where it's dreary and there's not a lot of people outside, it's quiet, it's hard to get my spirit up and to remember that good days are ahead. I have to make a conscious effort to remember that where there is sadness, there can be joy. And where there is sickness, there can be healing. And where there is despair, there can be redemption. And that we serve a God that is a redeemer, that is a savior, that wants to restore and recover. And just as the signs of spring are slow to come, they will come. And healing will come. And better days are ahead. And so it's up to me to remind myself that sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but that's the truth. I want to take you for a walk and show and tell some of the highs and lows in our neighborhood. Signs of spring are trying to pop up, and there are signs that flowers and buds are peeking through. They're not obvious yet, and the sad me could walk right by and not even notice. There are only early signs of change, and it's still a bit early to see anything. But if you look closely, there are definite signs of spring around. And again, there are lots of things to be concerned about right now. But let's not forget to look closely for signs of good things that are happening too. This playground is a sad part of the neighborhood right now. There are no kids, there's no laughter. None of the kids are spending their time off school playing outside or being with their friends. And it has caution tape around it. There's a fine actually for gathering here, and it begins at $750. Many people weren't considering kids playing at a playground as a problem, so the Ontario government had to escalate. But again, thank goodness that's not the only thing that we can see in our neighborhood. Some creative moms in our neighborhood have become part of something good and have joined in to give the kids something else to do.
Are you looking for some surprise at the window?
Yes, we're looking for silly faces because today is our silly face neighborhood walk.
That's so cool. Oh, let's see. I'll zoom in. Today is a silly face. Oh, that's so cute. And the other day was a shamrock.
Yes, and there's more coming up.
That sounds so fun to connect Holland Landing.
Moms like Anne and Carolyn and Catherine and Julie are helping their kids decorate their windows to brighten people's day and give them something to smile at. One day was smiley faces, one day was animals. Luckily, our cat Mocha loves to sit in our window. That was an easy one for us. Then it moved to encouraging words. The Lilies wrote their encouraging word on their driveway, and it said, "But first, pray." So cool. But things are happening spontaneously all around, in Newmarket too. Someone put this beautiful piece of art in the church parking lot. It's a stained glass window with a cross in the middle. It was such an encouragement last week when I drove up to the church to drop some things off at the office. I don't know who did it, but thank you. Wouldn't it be great if we decorated our driveways for Easter Sunday with stained glass windows? representing the church and the community.
So I really was just reflecting today on the vast differences during this time. The highs and the lows, the things that we remember, the things that we're missing, the things that we wish were different.
And we are headed into a sad time as Christians as we remember Christ's death and his burial, but we're also going to remember that Easter is coming and that we can celebrate the resurrection. And I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if we're going to be able to meet together. It doesn't look like it. And already my heart is sad that we're not going to have that chance to be together and to celebrate. We were hoping for some baptisms and just such a highlight in the church calendar. And Christians all over the world will probably not be able to gather at this special time of year. And so we're going to have to do things a little bit differently, and we're going to have to think of ways that we can not miss the day, not miss the time, not miss the opportunity for that thankful feeling, for that boost in our Christian walk. We're going to have to find ways to find that ourselves. We're thankful. We can have a thankful heart. We can remember that spring is coming. We can remember that this too will pass. We can remember that we have families that love us. We have people that take care of us. We have a church that loves us. We have people that are praying for us. We have a congregation that wants to help when there's needs. And so I just continue to ask you to keep us in touch. Send us pictures and photographs of things that you're doing, of your family. Maybe we can get an Easter collage going of something that you're doing, maybe some coloring that you're doing. Put some pictures in the window. Decorate your front walk. Put some reminders out on your driveway. Do some sidewalk chalk. Be creative. I'm just so thankful for a neighborhood that is coming together, for people that are trying to encourage each other's spirits and remember that we are not alone.